The Miami Dolphins have been one of the biggest surprises of the 2020 NFL season. Currently, they are 6-3, which is good for second in the AFC East. They've looked pretty good so far, and right now are in the playoff picture. So today, I want to talk about this team and how good they are and why you should not sleep on this team, as I feel like a lot of people have not been talking about this team and how good they are. So today, that's what I'm going to explain in today's video. But before we do get started, please make sure you guys like today's video if you guys did enjoy, as it really helps out the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as I am trying to reach 100 subscribers, and it would be greatly appreciated if we could reach that goal. We're very close to that goal, and the support lately has been truly amazing, so I really appreciate it. I'm also going to be doing a Q&A when we reach 100 subscribers. If you guys want to learn more about me and enjoy the videos on this channel, please make sure to subscribe. But now, with all that being said, let's just get this thing started. And we also have to talk about this roster. That's how I'm going to open today's video, and we're going to start off by talking about Tua Tagovailoa, who so far has been very nice for the Miami Dolphins. He's thrown for 519 yards, 5 touchdowns, and has had a 64% completion percentage. He's been really good for Miami, and I think they can make the playoffs if he continues this type of play. And there is no doubt in my mind he is the future quarterback of this team with how well he's been playing. And the next player I want to talk about is his number 1 wide receiver, and that is Devontae Parker, who's been continuing his solid play ever since the 2019-20 season. Now, he's good back then, but like, you guys know what I mean. The guy has still continued to play very well. So far in 2020, he's at 462 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns, and he's done this on 68% catch percentage. Well, on a 68% catch percentage, but anyways, he's the best weapon on this team, no doubt about it, and he's been very solid. And the final offensive player I want to talk about is Mike Gesicki, who's a very solid tight end, and so far he's had 371 receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, and he's caught 58.5% of his targets. Overall, he's a very solid tight end. But now, I gotta introduce you guys to this defense, and this defense has been truly amazing so far this season. And the first player I want to talk about happens to be, to me, one of the most underrated players in the NFL so far, and that is Emmanuel Ogbah. He's been having a breakout year for Miami and has been very good for them. So far, he's had 8 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 21 pressures. If you ask me, he has been playing like a Pro Bowler this year, and he's been really good for this team, and he's one of the most underrated players in the NFL. If it wasn't for guys like Aaron Donald or Khalil Mack, like Chandler Jones, Emmanuel Ogbah would be talked about a lot more. Now, of course, Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack are very good players, but so is Emmanuel Ogbah. I feel like people really need to respect this guy a little bit more. And the next player I do want to talk about is Kyle Van Noy. So far, he's had 2 sacks, a forced fumble, 7 pressures, and 4 passes defended. He's having a little bit of a down year, however, he's still a very good player. And as a Patriots fan, I really like Kyle Van Noy, even though I hate the Dolphins. But anyways, this Miami team is very good, and Kyle Van Noy really contributes to that, as he's a very versatile pass rusher, and I think it was a great pickup by Miami this offseason. And a really good pickup this past season has been Byron Jones, who's been pretty solid for them. He's had 2 passes defended, and even though he hasn't had any interceptions, Byron Jones is still a really good cornerback. And the next player I want to talk about is Xavier Howard, who's one of the most underrated players in the NFL, like Emmanuel Ogbah. So far, he's had 5 interceptions and 10 passes defended, and he's a very good cornerback. There's no way he does not make a Pro Bowl with how well he's been playing. If you ask me, this guy's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. I have no doubt in my mind he is top 10. And the next player I want to talk about is Eric Rowe. So far, he's had an interception and 9 passes defended. And he is a former Patriot, and I like this guy. He's pretty underrated and is a very solid safety. And the final player I want to talk about is Bobby McCain, who's again another really good contributor on this Miami team. He's had an interception and 4 passes defended and has been very solid for Miami. And as you guys can tell, this roster is more impressive defensively. And I think it's very underrated, as they play a big part in them winning games so far. We usually talk about the Steelers, Bills, Patriots, or Ravens when we talk about the best defenses in the NFL. However, while they do certainly have good defenses, Miami has had a very good defense. With how well both sides of the ball have been playing, I think this team could definitely make the playoffs. Now, looking at the rest of their schedule, if you ask me, they have 5 winnable games, and that means they could go 11-5 this year. Now, Do I think they will go 11-5? Probably not, but I do think they could go 9-7 or 10-6. I think they could very well make the playoffs, and while I don't think they'll make it past the wildcard round, mainly because Tua Tagovailoa is young and he's still figuring things out, they could definitely make some noise in the playoffs and maybe make it past the wildcard round. We also have to talk about Brian Flores, who I am a huge fan of. The guy has built a really good culture in Miami, and before you know it, this team could be contenders. And as a Patriots fan, I really like Brian Flores, as he was the defensive coordinator of the New England Patriots for a little bit, but if you ask me, Brian Flores has to get a lot of the credit. But how good is this Miami Dolphins team? If you ask me, I don't think this Miami Dolphins team is a title contender by any means. However, I do think they are a dark horse in the AFC and could definitely make a little bit of noise, given how good their defense is and how good Tua Tagovailoa has been playing, and how if their offense will just play well, then I do think this Miami Dolphins team could maybe get past the first round. Just maybe. But even then, that's perfectly fine if they don't make it past the wildcard round, because last year in 2019, they were one of the worst teams in the NFL. However, this year, they're looking like a legit playoff team. In the offseason, if they improve, they have $34 million in cap space, so they could definitely improve. Now, and if they make some good additions to this roster, before you know it, they could be real contenders. So really, if you ask me, the Miami Dolphins are a really good NFL team, and they could be a real dark horse in the AFC this year, and don't count them out because they could really make the playoffs and could possibly make some noise. But with all of that being said, that's kind of it for today's video. Of course, you guys know what to do. Make sure you click the like button if you guys did enjoy today's video, as it really helps out the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you're a fan of the NFL or the NBA, as I am trying to reach 100 subscribers, and it would be greatly appreciated if we could reach that goal. We are very close to that goal, and the support lately has been truly amazing, and I really appreciate it. I'll also do Q&A when we reach 100 subscribers. So if you guys want to learn more about me, and you're a fan of this channel and watch this content consistently, but you guys haven't subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe, as there are videos like this already on the channel, and there will be more in the future. So subscribe so you don't miss out, and so you can learn more about me when I do my Q&A. But with all that being said though, you guys, I'm out.